Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan Little for PokerNews.com, and we have one more hand from this $2,000 buy-in live poker tournament. We are playing, we're going to be playing 70 big blinds effective against this loose aggressive player on the button as the action folds around him. If you have not already, please click subscribe to this channel on YouTube. That goes a long way to helping the YouTube algorithm know that you like my content. And if you like my content, well, maybe there's other people out there that would like it, and YouTube will share it with them. So please do that. All right, here we raise with the 10-9 of hearts, button calls, and the big blind calls. Flop comes Jack 8-3, giving me an open-ended straight draw. I am definitely going to bet this. I am always betting my best made hands and my draws in this scenario, and this is very clearly a draw. We have open-ended straight draw and backdoor flush draw. What more do we want in life? So I bet 1,000, and then the button makes it 3,200 with 10,000 behind. Take a second, think about this spot. What would you do in this scenario? This is the situations I put my students in over at pokercoaching.com, my training site. Go there, get a free trial, where I ask them what would they do in this scenario. They would be four options. You could either fold, you could call, you could re-raise to 7,000, or you could go all in. And then I give each of these options a score from 1 to 10, maybe 0 to 10. If it's really bad, it'll get a 0. So what do you do in this spot? I am basically always going to go all in. Don't know if all of you would have done that, but in this scenario, I do want to have some jamming range, I think. So if I want to have a jamming range with perhaps stuff like ace-jack, maybe hands like queens, then I need to have some bluffs. And if you think about the most obvious logical bluffs I have, well, there's only 4 combinations of 10-9 of hearts, or 10-9 suited, right? So I have 4 combinations of bluffs, and then a few very obvious hands I think are fine to jam, like ace-jack. It's very likely good. Queens is also susceptible to being outdrawn. It's very likely good. This is going to allow me to jam with really too many value hands compared to my only 4 combinations of open-ended straight draws. If I did have a hand like Queen 10 for a gut shot, it would be a bad spot to be in. It's probably just a fold. It'd be nice if I could re-raise those, but I think the stacks are such that I just can't. So for that reason, I'm going to be folding out those. It'd be a bummer. If I had a really good hand like aces or a set, I would just call. If I had a jack, I would just call. Well, like a weaker jack, like queen jack type hands, I would be calling. So that's usually what I'm going to do in the spot. So there is a scenario where you may not want to have an all-in range against your particular opponent because maybe you think his raising range is only very strong. Like if I thought that, then I would definitely call the 10-9. But I have this opponent labeled as a loose aggressive player, which means for all I know, maybe he's raising stuff like king 10 or queen 9, just trying to get fold equity himself, right? Maybe he's even the type of player who's going to raise with a hand like Jack 10 to find out where he stands, and then he's going to fold if I jam it all in. Clearly, it did not find out where he stood, right? It just wanted me more money. So this is a spot where I'm just all in every time. There's so many good things that can happen here, and really only one bad thing can happen that my opponent can call, and that I don't get there. The nice thing about having the open-ended straight draw is that every once in a while, you get there when your opponent calls. This time, though, he just folds. And I think this is a situation where a lot of people make the mistake of calling in the spot, and you're going to find that from out of position with your draws that lack showdown value, when you're not getting great odds, when you're very likely to face an additional bet on the next betting round, you don't really want to be in that spot because you're only going to get to see one turn card and not the river card a lot of the time, and you completely lack fold equity, and you give your opponent the opportunity to bluff you with hands that they may have folded if you jammed on them that you still lose to, like king 10, right? So I definitely love the jam in this scenario. I say king 10. Queen 10 is what I meant. I think I said king 10 a few times. Gut shots. Gut shots that I lose to. So anyway, this is definitely a spot where I love the all-in. If I was in position, though, say these positions were switched, where somehow I bet 1,000 on the button and he check raised me from the cutoff or something like that, then I'd be way more inclined to call because now I'm in position, and if the opponent keeps betting the turn, I can conceivably still call because I'll have the potential to bluff the river, or I'll have the potential to make the nuts and get fully paid. But when you're out of position, what happens is say I do call here and the turn does give me a straight. Quite often it's going to go check, check. Then I bet the river, maybe I get paid, maybe I don't. Or if I miss, I check, he bets, then I have to fold. Or if it does go check, check on the turn when I miss, if I bet, he could just very easily call off with any jack, right? Which would be terrible. And if I check, well, I just always lose from out of position, right? So from out of position with your draws, you're usually just going to want to be pushing the aggression. And from in position, you can be more inclined to call. So, like I said, we did jam, he folds, and win a nice little pot. That's what we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you have a great week. Good luck in your games, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.